Hey, how about that? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the commentary desk. My name is Bart. His name is Brandon, and that looked like a Nerd Rage Cabrakan.
Which one's Cabrakan?
The fat Loki.
Oh. Which one's that? Is that the one that China played and almost got first blood on Boosh?
Yes, that is that guy.
Been the
That was so
sickest
hype.
kill.
I was so excited for that. But unfortunately,
So
it was not
close.
to be, my friends. But welcome. The brief pregame period before game number 3, in which the Night's Watch will be attempting to keep the Spicy Waffles at bay.
We're going to go into the picks and bans here in just a second. They're leading 2-0.
Peas We need like a gang sign for Peas and Bees. Bees and...
I can't do a P.
I don't know.
Is that a P? Is that
All
a
right,
Q?
there you go. All right, we'll work on that. Take the single on his hand. All right, guys, it's the picks and bans for game number 3, the Night's Watch versus the Spicy Waffles.
Spicy Waffles going to choose once again to be red. It started off as they were red, and then they went blue, and now they're red again. Doing all kinds of crazy stuff. There goes Serket. Very North American.
Yeah, Serket taken out. Not wanting to deal with potential... Well, maybe they're just kind of... they're seeing a little bit of what we're seeing here. Bushy, not so great on some of his deeper down in his depth chart junglers.
Right, I mean, he's played Athena and Thor so far, right? And so far, the Thor, I mean, he didn't level the Tectonic Rift, and
yeah, that's a little bit of a misplay.
I can't tell if it was a fat... It seems to me, I'm going to assume it was a fat finger, because, I mean... You're Thor, right? The small amount of damage you'll gain from leveling an ability versus leveling your Tectonic Rift, which lets you get 2 in-hands off.
Yeah, I mean, and there's just the difference between Mjolnir's attunement. A level 1 Mjolnir's attunement that double hits is better than a level 2 that only hits 1 time.
So do neither of these teams know about Athena?
They just keep on giving it away. And she has not always been the indicator for victory, but...
I don't know. Last game, Wolf at Elo Street, man. He went off.
Well, you're right, but in game 1, Spicy Waffles did have her and did not win.
That's true.
Granted, they picked 2 Guardians.
Yeah, that's very
true.
So
will they take the Thor here again, is kind of my question.
Yes, they will. Oh, and they're going to take Rama away, but that's just going to put NQ on Shibalanke, right? Ugh. I would love to see Moex pick Cupid.
He's going to play Freya.
Cupid.
Freya.
Cupid. He's going to play Tyr. All right.
Big surprise there.
Anhur.
There it is. There's classic Moex.
Yes.
He's going to try to fight him.
I like this. I like this pick a lot. Decent lane clear, great early game, and Moex always looking to fight is going to have an even better opportunity to do so.
Yes, this is the fighter. The number 1 aggro god for the dual lane is definitely Anhur.
Yes, I mean, great stun potential, slows with the pillar. We're going to see Agni come out here once again. That's going to be for Wolfie. As we go back into the ban phase, notably, the solo laner has already been picked for the Night's Watch, which is very curious. Now, do they want to try to take away counter picks? Do they need to? I mean, I don't know that is
I think they're going to ban
necessary.
Hercules.
I was going to say it's possible that they're going to look for Bakasura.
Ooh, Spicy Waffles will ban out the Poseidon.
Okay, good.
After drafting Agni.
Agni, has a little bit of trouble with that god, considering he can't dash out of the whirlpools. It's not a direct counter overall, but it is a harmful matchup.
And what will be the final ban from Night's Watch? I would ban Hercules if I was the captain for this team.
Ymir.
Again, Ymir.
Ymir.
Okay. They want... This is a little curious this time. So the score here is actually wrong, guys. It's 2-0 in favor of the Night's Watch, not 0-1 for the Spicy Waffles.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
That is very confusing.
I didn't even notice that.
How did that even happen?
I don't know, but I'm sure Smite Game Chat is telling us all about it. Guan Yu going to be locked in here now. Good flex pick here. Great ambiguity. This can be support. This can be solo. We're going to see Scylla locked in.
Ooh, so kind of a burst comp here that's been selected by the Night's Watch.
I like it. I like it a lot. And there's Bastet again. I mean, you can't argue with the way that Sindern played the last game.
I know what this last pick is.
Oh, yeah?
It's Cabrakan.
How do you think that?
Because I think I saw a moment of the game before we got in. Is it indeed?
They won't pick Cabrakan.
Show me Cabrakan! There he is. Wow. Ridiculous.
Okay, Cabrakan gets locked in. Here's the issue is every single one of those characters except for Athena has a way to get over or under that wall he creates. I don't see where he fits into this. But
yeah, Athena the only one who's going to be able to catch out with any meaningful...
Huh.
Yeah. But it is burst damage, boys. However,
they have a lot of burst.
He probably would have fit a little bit better under the Night's Watch squad than maybe the Spicy Waffles. But we'll see. It's the solo... What?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to be the solo laner. It makes much more sense to put Cabrakan in solo than support. And support, he just dies.
I thought it was going to be a jungle.
Jungle Cabrakan's fun, too.
I love Jungle Cabrakan.
What do you mean, over Thor?
No, I just forgot about Thor when I saw Cabrakan altogether. I was like, oh, yeah, righteous.
He's going to start off with a Vamp Shroud here, most likely going to switch into the Mystical Mail afterwards for extra lane clear potential. But this is going to be good for him, right? So what you're looking for as Cabrakan is you're going to use the Tremors to group them up, right? All the minions. And then you're going to use the Refraction Shield to blow everything up very, very quickly. Starting off, likely going to be the Refraction Shield. Unless he gets caught, and then he can probably go into the Seismic Crush, right? That's going to be extra movement speed, slow immunity. But remember, the Seismic Crush is an activation bar. It is not an automatic ability usage. So you can be stunned during it, you can be slowed, anything during it, and you will keep it until the end of the duration or until you land the auto attack.
Well, here we are. We're in game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Night's Watch. In the blue trunks, bottom side of the minimap, and the left side of your spectator UI. It's Tyr in the solo lane for NQ, Bastet in the jungle for Zindern. It's Scylla in the mid lane for Carinia, Wolf of Elo Street, and Moex. Once again, your duo laners as Athena and Anhur. Their opponents today, down 2-0. It's the Spicy Waffles in red. They're on the top side of the minimap and the right side of your spectator UI. Maybe an invade coming on the right side of the map here as Thor is going to turn the corner at that speed buff on the right side here. An invade going down. Camera, please. It's first blood. Bushi.
Yeah, so Bushy's going to find it. Game Hunter going to help out on that one, so that's going to be a really good start for them. Shutting down Bastet is going to help them a ton. I mean, Zindern just got out of control last game. Now, here's what we want here. Over on the right side, group them up, right, with the Tremors, and then Berserker Barrage to clean it up, right? That's going to be their best bet, but they're not level 2 just yet, so they don't have that. I would like to see him wait one more wave and go for the blue buff, and it looks like that's what they're going to go for.
Ooh, yeah, forget one more wave. They're going to go now. Pushing Game Hunter. Here they are, the spin to win.
Bastet's hugging the wall here. Is she looking to jump over?
She can leave
no,
if she wants.
Letting
but they're
this go.
slow. This is a slow clear. Cabrakan not the fastest.
They double-handed the speed. Why are they not trying to invade this? I mean, Bastet, did she take her jump? I mean, how could we know? And they'll get it for free. Wow.
Okay.
All right. And check it out, hand 2 coming up from Game Hunter, already up, right? So he can defend his jungle now. You're going to see Zindern and NQ try to make this happen, but I don't know that I would mess with this. Bushy's level 3 and has one of the... Oh, jeez, man. Fat Loki can swing.
Yeah, he hurts. He hurts bad. But he's not terribly mana efficient, but to his credit, he will have a couple of blue buffs to work with.
That's true. Not to mention he does have the Vamp Shroud as well, which is going to keep him up in mana just at least a little bit. Oh, look at the taunt. This is one of the troubles with Guan Yu into Athena, is every time you start Tallow Assault, you're going to get taunted.
That's right, yeah. You're way better off forcing out something like a Geb that is relying on knockups that you are immune to.
Look at this, though. Blue, unable to find themselves into a blue buff. Red side, going to help on the top. If they actually gesture toward the blue buff, they can't tell if Game Hunter did that. They don't have ward coverage, right? He comes back to lane with the blue buff that he had to begin with, so they don't know if it's done. It's too risky for them to even take the peek because they waste farm potential. Speed buff going to be split on the top side thanks to the rotation from Wolfie. That is excellent play coming out from Spicy Waffles.
Yeah, going to get a little bit of bonus experience there. As you can see, Zindern a little bit behind, just level 3 versus the level 4 from Bushy. He did get that first blood to his credit as well as they take the back camps on the left side. Gesturing very, very far forward are the Spicy Waffles, Bobat, and Flurry Q, trying to keep Moex and Elo Street pinned underneath their tower.
So far, decent advantage here for Spicy Waffles, about 700 gold, right? Which is going to be good at this stage, but they've got to use it, right? They have to get Thor to start rotating around. He's level 5 right now, which is going to give him a great opportunity to get around the map and look for those early kills. Most notably, you got to shut down Moex.
As I recall, we had a first blood, and we did not introduce the Spicy Waffles there. Game Hunter in the solo lane is Cabrakan. Bushi will be your jungle Thor. Wolfie in the mid lane is Agni. Flurry Q and Ninja Bobat in the duo lane as Guan Yu and Rama.
So, NQ, right, a little bit behind at this point, getting closer to level 5. Game Hunter pretty even on the experience despite getting 2 buffs on the bottom side, but, you know, we did see a lot of splitting going on. That's why Bushy already level 5.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be a gank attempt on the left side here. Moex and Elo Street stacked up a little bit. The stun a bit off of the mark there. And now Moex going over the wall. He may be able to make it out of this one. Rob up into the sky. First shot on target for Ninja Bobat. Couple more for Wolf of Elo Street. Dealing a lot of damage to that Athena. She's having a hard time holding this tower. Yes, will be forced right back. It's 2 kills to 0 for the Spicy Waffles.
It took them 2 games and a rather janky Cabrakan pick, but the early game now completely belongs to the Spicy Waffles with a 1,200 gold advantage. And they've got to use it, right? I would like to see Bushy now rotate back over towards the right side, get that blue buff down early. Get Game Hunter to keep that mana going and allow them to reinitiate on the speed buff that they took to begin with. They have the timer. It's up to them to use it.
Yeah, it's up in just a few moments here. Game Hunter alone in the lane for now. Thor, he's farming the back camps with Agni. They're not gonna hit the timing. Because you can see the Scylla and the Bastet right there.
And that's smart. Really good play coming out from Carino to make sure that this doesn't get stolen again. Zinder cannot afford to give away more experience.
Is that crush a little early? It may expire right before they spawn,
Yeah,
actually.
I don't think this is not even... Oh, no, all right.
Oh, got it.
All
okay.
right.
The perfect timing from Carino.
Wow, look at that.
What a guy.
Not sure why he did that, actually.
What do you mean?
It doesn't go on cooldown until you blow it up.
That's true.
I mean, he just basically risked missing that. But maybe he had the perfect timing. Maybe he got a little antsy. Either way, winds up getting the buff.
Yeah, it's good enough. He gets the experience, gets the buff secured. No more seals coming through. You saw Game Hunter there executing the seismic. Well, no, that's the tremors, not the seismic crush.
Left side here, we're going to see rotation coming in. Once again, not even close. Not going to find the one they wanted that time. Disperse already down. Will they make an opportunity to go towards the Gold Fury? No, they're gonna take the safe route here and go towards the buffs. I mean, this is smart, right? Don't throw your lead away. If you're in the lead, get more in the lead, and they're gonna do that just by playing the farm game better than their enemies.
Yeah, the 5 minutes a little early for the Gold Fury. About 9 minutes is generally where you have your life seal in line for your hunter and want to be looking for that objective.
So before coming into this, into the Challenger Cup, all of these players on the Spicy Waffles wind up being free agents. They form this team. Game Hunter comes out of nowhere to join this roster.
Yeah, and this roster once also included Half Devil.
Right, where is Half Devil now?
I actually was not aware that he had not been removed from the roster.
Half Devil, I'm sure you're listening, man. If you're out there, tweet at us. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Miss you.
Yeah, we do miss you. You crazy sumbitch.
Still about 1,300 gold in favor of red. Game Hunter, throwing out the refraction shield right there. Yet, no stun. Didn't remember, the only way to get the stun off of Game Hunter's 2, or Cabrakan's 2, he has to take 7 hits, I'm pretty sure. 5 or 7 hits before activating the move. Otherwise, it's just damage-based.
Oh, Bushi barely going to live through the dot and I'm a monster combination between Zinder and Carino. NQ going to cut off any attempt at further gankery from the Game Hunter.
They're going to, it looks like, aim towards the right side here. Left side going to go towards red. Blue already positioning here, and it looks like they're going to get this one for free. Agni's not going to be able to make that rotation.
Yeah, the one thing about having Cabrakan in that solo lane role is, I mean, he doesn't scale that well with farm. I mean, he can burst. Nope. He's really a single target DPSer. He's fat Loki, really, right?
Yeah,
but he's got a lot of CC, which makes him so attractive out of the jungle, I think.
I mean, he doesn't do too badly out of the solo lane either. I mean, he does need to get experience, though. I mean, I think that's a big deal. Is he doesn't need the damage from the levels on the abilities. He needs the health gain.
The HP, yeah, so he can pound.
He needs that defense gain, right? And that's what's going to make him much harder to kill in the end game. The issue is people really overestimate how tanky he is in the end game without a full defensive build. Like if we saw a very common build come out for a while of things like high damage with Book of Thoth into something like Soul Reaver and Polynomicon. All of which are going to be affected just by Seismic Crush. You hit someone with the 1, it's going to be 60% of their health. Yeah. Truly making him a fatter, more tankier version of Loki. The issue here is if you go into that type of build, it's going to be a lot of damage that he's spending where he needs tankiness. But, I mean, he's starting off the right way, right? Although, he's gone into Steel Mail and now into Boots 2. Is he going to forego the Mystical?
Yeesh. I got nothing for you on that one.
I mean, at this point, just by the item build, he would have only been about 500 gold away. And
I guess it could be a sovereignty.
It's possible. I mean, maybe Guan Yu wants to go into something different, maybe an early Spirit Robe for CDR, and they're going to put the...
Yeah, something like that, and look for the early grouping, maybe. But no, it's probably Mystical Mail.
I mean, I would assume so. Mystical is definitely the way to go. People are going to have to group up around Game Hunter because of the Tremors. You want that Mystical Mail also ticking.
I mean, maybe it's just that he has to buy the boots here. Cabrakan's such a kind of close-range god, you just can't afford to get kited.
Zinder throwing some damage out to Flurry Q. It's going to be a few hundred damage here. Zinder already jumping, though. Nice beads.
Yeah, beads away, and the pillar's there.
Stun,
that's gonna keep them out of any gank attempt. And Bushy, once again, I mean, this ultimates have not really been on target.
He hit the first one, right? He found a target. And
that one could have stunned, but the positioning, I mean, he should have been on the other side of Bastet, not behind her.
Perhaps he wasn't close enough. I mean,
maybe, yeah, it could have been max range there. But
looking at max range at that point, I mean, it's a pretty long distance, but at the same time, you're right. I mean, they haven't been super effective. Missing one completely right there, getting it, but then getting the beads usage overall, right? He trades his ult for an ult and beads. It's a small win.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're right. I mean, it's a victory nonetheless. And, well, looking at the graphs there, you can tell it's a 1,000 gold advantage for the Spicy Waffles.
What is
rotating across his tier.
What is this rotation coming out?
Is he's gonna dive the tier 1, I guess.
He's looking. Bushy's gonna spot him though.
But he doesn't see Game Hunter. Now he sees Game Hunter. He's like, oh damn, the jig is up.
He throws out a Fearless Power Cleave combo. Game Hunter will take a very small amount of his HP for it, and he'll. It looks like both rotate back over to right. Now on the top side, the blue buff is still available. Bushy gonna rotate over there. Split that one. Has Tyr gotten that blue buff yet? Did he get that one that time?
I don't think so.
I mean, it just seems like Game Hunter's sustaining in this lane for too long. I actually didn't see the rotation in.
Yeah, now Tyr going to be falling back as his blue buff comes back up again. If they sniff this out on the side of the spicy waffles, they could take another blue buff away yet again from NQ.
Wolfie throwing some shots over the wall there, not going to find the damage or the camp that he was looking for. In fact, just putting some bombs on cooldown. Right side, camps are respawning, and blue begins a rotation. Is this going to be a Gold Fury attempt? They're posturing towards the left side.
Right side camps are up. They're going to start the Gold Fury. Where's their Hunter? Rama going to turn the corner in right about now. But Carreño, Wolf of Vila Street, and Anhur are here. They figured it out. Bastet on her way as well. Reset comes out. The taunt misses everything, though. There should be a reinitiation. Yes, there it is. The cavalry charge coming out. Flurry Q briefly blocked, but he's going to find the stun onto two. A little bit too much grouping there. Rama does a lot of damage with his ultimate. Flurry Q is going to go down. However, nonetheless, as the Nightwatch find their first kill, Wolfie finds a kill in return. Carreño likely to go down. He will indeed to Bushi. There is the Desert Fury, but away goes Bushi with the Mjolnir's attunement. In comes Athena on top of Game Hunter, but he's just too tanky on the Cabrakan. Wolfie will go down. That's a lot of their burst damage. Moex backpedaling, trying to do what he can, but Bobat moving forward as well on the Rom, and Game Hunter's going to be here. The wall is so big. The seismic crush as well to hold Elo Street in position for the rest of the follow-up. But they're not going to dive the tower for that one. It's a brilliant wall, though, and it's 3 kills for 1.
That right there, that's why you want to pick Cabrakan. It's for those little opportunities that you can gain, and he just locks them directly under that wall. NQ gonna fall there. Moex, strangely, not getting the better of the team that time. That was all Bobat.
Bushy's gonna look for the long-range kind of miracle snipe with the Mjolnir's attunement. Gold Fury started back up, now under 50%, down very, very quickly, and away it will go. The kitty's used, but they're not going to find much. Just going to do some dot damage. Just spread that damage around, but conviction to keep them healed up. No way that a kill comes out of this for Zindern. No cooldowns for another 3 seconds, and he's just going to run at Ninja Bobat and hit him with another scratch for good measure.
Not sure what he's looking for. He's wasting a lot of farm time here, and given the fact that his team, for I think the first time, lost to Gold Fury, he should be really... Where is he?
He's going so deep.
Are you serious?
Zindern, please. Especially considering that he has 3 buffs on the map up on his side.
There are things to be done right now, and he's getting very greedy. That right there, that wasn't just run-of-the-mill, I want the kill. That was frustration. You know, he got outplayed 2 times in the last fights, and he's like, I got to make something happen. And he's just tunnel visioning super hard to try to turn something around for his team. And he wanted the big kill, right? I mean, it's 3-0 right now for Bobat. It's worth a decent amount of golden experience, but he doesn't get it.
Well, Spicy Waffles have expanded upon their lead. That first blood really giving them a lot of momentum. 2,600 gold and 1,700 experience in their favor at 12 minutes. The first Gold Fury did go their way as well, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Still a little bit of a damage anemic team in the late stages of the game. They need to be a little bit further ahead just to make sure that Rom Guan Yu combination is going to be enough to basically carry the team through the Night's Watch.
For me, this whole thing started with just shutting Zindern down. You know, one of the most emotional players in Smite, you can see it. I mean, directly in his playstyle, every time he loses something, he is trying 3 times as hard to pick it back up instead of going back to the farm, you know. And one of the reasons we talk about Anhur so much is because he's almost immune to emotion, right? He just sees the game objectively all the time. Now, Carreño going to throw down here. No, not going to be anywhere near it.
Thor ult, again, not hitting this target as Bushy.
Trying for it.
Game Hunter's going to try for it. He's not going to find it either. It's going to be NQ actually chasing down Flurry Q. That's going to be the first kill in this engagement under the tower. The fight rages on, but the Night's Guard, or the Night's Watch, I'm sorry, looking...
The Night's Guard?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
The Night's Watch looking stable underneath their tower.
You watch Game of Thrones?
Never seen it.
All right. I don't believe that.
Well, you shouldn't.
Oh, man. So NQ right now, level 13. Very impressive to see him be an equal level to Game Hunter at this point. Game Hunter finally finishing up that Mystical Mail, though, going into the cooldown boots as well. Love to see this. He doesn't really need a lot of damage. Definitely wants as many cooldowns as possible. Extra refraction shields. Of course, you're going to want extra seismic crushes as well. Getting as many stuns off as possible in a team fight. Now, he does have an open active slot, and I think this is where things are going to start taking a turn. It could be Blink.
I love Blink. It probably shouldn't be Blink in this game, but I love Blink Cabrakan.
I mean, if you're going to put someone in the front line and have them absorb damage...
They'd probably be better off with like
Shield of the Underworld.
Yeah? That's what you're liking?
Love it.
SOU?
Big fan. I mean, look at how tanky he is. Look how hard it is to kill him.
Sure.
Right?
Mystical Mail.
Make it harder.
Yeah. Throw out the Shield of the Underworld, grab a hybrid magical defensive item, and maybe a Void Stone and a Shield of the Underworld here to come out.
See, people are always under the impression, right, that if you have Shield of the Underworld, it's only worth it if they do damage to you. But if you could hit that and stop people from doing damage to you for 5 or 6 seconds while you rush a Phoenix down and stay in the front line, that's more than worth it.
NQ stunned out, and you can see how ineffective that Cabrakan damage is getting versus the tankier targets, but will still be very good against someone.
It's the Spirit Row, right?
That's
because
right, yeah.
he stuns him once and then hits him with another ability. I mean, he has to combo. In that case, it would have been better for him to use the 2 and then the 1. It would have did a little bit more damage considering the Refraction Shield didn't have the stun on it yet. But either way, I mean, even adding that small amount of damage, NQ heals that right back up in a heartbeat.
Oh, it's a 3-man taunt underneath the tower. This is going to be a big Amma monster. No dashing up just as time as Wolfie, but still goes down to the Zindern dot. It's 4 kills to 5 now in favor of the Spicy Waffle still, but the Night's Watch starting to surge back with a big play underneath the tier 1.
Game Hunter chasing NQ down
Burn.
by tick by tick by tick. And look at that. He's actually, again, Refraction Shield. He didn't need to do that.
Oh, how does Zindern find another kill now as Bushy overextends?
Why is he over there?
In the mid lane, it could very well be the tower as well if Zindern elects to use the kitties.
Bobat's in trouble.
Bobat's going to get taunted back into the pillars, going to use his beads. There's a Fury coming out. About half of that on target for MOX. But he may die this tower nonetheless when Disperse and Impale are back up.
Yeah, and check this out on the left side. Wolf going back in as well. No, Bobat's going to keep it safe for now.
Okay, so the farm continues for the Night's Watch.
Oh, going back in.
Oh,
cheeky.
He was a little bit late on that that taunt call, actually.
I feel like he wasn't quite in range because he body blocked himself with the minions.
Maybe.
So, game's getting closer to even now. They're still a Gold Fury down, but they're less than the Gold Fury amount. About 300 gold away from where they should be, and the experience difference, once again, belongs to the Night's Watch. So, the small lead that the Spicy Waffles did have early on, close to 3,000 gold, is starting to wane.
Yeah, the Night's Watch have recovered from that first blood, and they've brought the game back to square at 5 kills apiece, 16 minutes in. I guess it's worth noting as well, the Cabrakan is yet to be played in a Pro League match, so... Shout out to the Game Hunter.
One of the very few gods that has like 0 playtime.
Yeah.
We actually had like 40-something gods played during the spring.
Oh, here we go.
plan.
This is a play. Athena dashing forward into the tower. No, she doesn't need it just yet. She's going to pop a shield. They're running from this because they're respecting the Guan Yu. I'm surprised.
Well, I mean, MOX already jumped in. Look at that. I mean, that was 40% of his health right there.
Yeah, but they had Carino on the rotation. He was going to beat Wolfie there. But still playing it safe. I guess
Bushy's there as
you got to
well.
respect that. And that's a kill.
Zindern throwing out some damage there, but a small heal from the Conviction will be more than enough, plus the base heal or base health from Bobat. He'll head back to the base here. Gold Fury is up, and they did lose their support.
Yeah, this should be free.
Here comes Game Hunter, and Q's here as well.
They don't have that Guan Yu ultimate to kind of push them off the mark, but they do have Game Hunter to establish a front line and Wolfie to throw those bombs.
I would love to see NQ just blink in right now, get a big Fearless off 2 people, right? Just look for the 2-man.
Well, he did. That's exactly what he did.
He was just looking for Bushy there. And realistically, even if he took damage, he still has the Fearless into Power Cleave heal coming out in the blue stance.
Gold Fury started up. Game Hunter trying to establish that front line. Reset a little bit now. Healing back up about 15% of its HP. There's the wall to block out Carino. He's looking for the Sentinel as well. They're going to try to burst down Game Hunter, it looks like. But no, it's Wolfie's bombs over the top that do the damage. There's one. I'm a monster. A second comes forward. Those they pile in on the MOX. Over the top comes the... Oh, no, he missed with the Fearless at NQ, but he's still enough to clean up Fury Q. Carino bailing out of this fight for now. Gold Fury still has not been gotten. The Sicko is out. Ninja Bobat in some trouble. But yeah, MOX, who's been there kind of rocking these team fights down. Up in the sky goes Thor again. Trying not to pile up in the choke.
Is he looking for NQ? Oh, Bushy.
I guess he's looking to cut off NQ's escape, but he's going to get Fearless instead and likely pay for it with his life. That was a bad play.
I was, I think, 4 or 5 ults have missed at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I don't know.
But that one didn't look like it missed. That one looked like he actually wanted to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It looked like he was aiming in between the two, and NQ right there going to find another kill.
They just got abused by NQ.
All of a sudden, the Night's Watch, right, they're 1,000 gold down, right, 1,100 gold, same as where they were. The experience difference now, let's just jump to the charts now. This thing is absolutely free. There's no way it's going down. They already have the experience difference by 1,000. Now they have the gold difference, too.
Yeah, 2,000 experience, swinging back to the way the Night's Watch is. The Spicy Waffles just didn't seem to have it together there. Some miscommunication from Bushy, it seemed like. I mean, he wanted to cut off Tier's escape route, but instead he got Fearless back into the stun combination from Athena.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous combo, by the way. He's Fearless, the Power Cleave hits, and then right as he hits the ground, right before he could even react, the taunt was out and doing enough damage to make sure they went down inside the crush. I mean, just beautiful plays, man.
Yeah, they did it. They're the best men.
And despite the fact, check out the player damage, that we saw Zindern give up first blood and lose his jungle. Top damage right now by about 100 over his teammate Carino. And they're playing beautifully, right? I mean,
that being said, though, Zinder's, it's a lot of shenanigans scratches going on. I mean, a couple times he's just got to scratch like 4 people with no hope of getting anything done.
That's fair.
I mean, it's a harassment, right? That's kind of Bastet he's playing. He's playing this kind of nipping at the edges of the fight Bastet. Instead of, find a single target, dot it up, slow it down, and cats it to death in the jungle, he's really more of trying to nip at the heels of the Spicy Waffles and corral them into positions so that the TheNightsWatch can clean them up.
Now, Wolf on the left side looking for the camps. He's going to get those for free. NQ not going to find the Fearless, but does maintain presence on this side. But the camp's already down. They're not going to gain too much from that.
What do you think about Winged Blade for Thor here in this game?
Little curious. I mean, I like the CDR. Always a big fan. But with that amount of CDR, he can't build the Spirit Robe now, so he's kind of limiting his options. He doesn't really need the movement speed.
Oh yeah, well, there's the slow from the pillar. There's the slow coming out from Zindern as well. And the crush, I guess, a slow, but it's not something you'd really itemize against. I just feel like Magi's would have been
300 health helps.
Yeah, it's HP that you wouldn't get out of Magi's, perhaps that he's itemizing into here. And
realistically, the best measure you can build against Bastet is just health. Right? Defense, a little bit of defense will help, but health is just so important. The Wingblade's going to shut down most of the damage from the Razor Claws. Also, Moex is getting outboxed.
Not sure why he leapt in there. It looked like he thought he could find Bobat. Bobat seeming much more comfortable in this ROM.
Yeah, maybe you were right. Maybe this is why they were picking it so early every game.
Yeah, just think, let's take it away.
Because Moex's ROM was on another level.
Yeah, but Bobat also looks very, very strong with it, or at least looks significantly better than he did with his Shibalanke game. 4-1 and 2.
So let's take a look at Tier's builds here. You're going to see, once again, a very similar build to the previous game. And we're going to see the Jotuns come out, right? This is going to cap out his CDR, which is going to mean more Fearlesses and, more importantly, more Power Cleaves, especially in the blue stance. It's going to let him sustain forever.
Right side, we have a fairly large grouping as TheNightsWatch. They play aggressively into that kind of 2 o'clock position in the map.
This is kind of FG posturing, right? I mean, this is...
Yeah, or a tier 1 attempt in the solo lane.
Game Hunter has control over there. I mean, even going back there could be dangerous. You see creeps going into the tier 1. Game Hunter going to try to play Ballywick to the lane to see if he can lock him down. I would have liked to see the ult
they're going to try to fight him. Fearless off the mark, though. Athena ultimate coming through is going to do some damage to Game Hunter, but they're not going to have that Fearless lockdown. The rest of the team coming in, though. Zindern and Carino both taking the long path towards the tier 1. Thor going up in the air, and Agni closing in as well. Can Game Hunter last out long enough? Here comes the Thorson off the mark again from Bushy. He's got to start hitting those.
That cost them the kill there. I mean, Zindern
easy turnaround kill.
Zindern would have died guaranteed, and Bushy had the early lead, but all these missed ultimates, 1, not going to be a big deal. 2, kind of hurting. But 3, 4, 5, it's why he's lost his level advantage. Now, NQ fighting against 2 here, one of which he definitely does not want to box, and that's going to be Bobat, hot off the rotation. Moex here as well, though.
And you're right about the Fire Giant call.
Yeah,
they are definitely posturing for it. Going to try to start it up here now, looking for Ninja Bobat. Crush coming out, it's going to hit 2. It looks like Moex continuing to tank it up. He can't do it. Not enough lifesteal, not enough damage out, but he does have the Executioner plus Diva's Gloves. He can hold it for some time, but he's going to be forced to reset here shortly. Carino going to come in and maybe pick up the aggro. He will indeed, and he's going to get knocked up from it. The fight's starting to break out over the top of the Lawbringer. Here comes the Cavalry Charge, however, after the beat. Zindern very, very low. Bushy going to try to run him down, but the Eyeball Monster over the top just on the mark. He's going to find 1 kill. However, it's a second kill from Ninja Bobat as well, as Bushy still alive. And Bobat has wrecked this team. It looks like they kind of lost sight of him in the back line. Bushy's going to make it out of here. Moex, nice stun there. Only 1 shot through the wall. Game Hunter now trying to run them down as well. And the final bomb is there. It's a deicide. 2 aggressive, looking for the Fire Giant in traffic at 22 minutes. And the Spicy Waffles have handled the TheNightsWatch.
So the 2 big things there. Moex took way too much damage from the Fire Giant, taking a big tick from the mud as well. He actually sends it and resets it. Carino doesn't realize it's coming to him. He takes a huge shot from the Fire Giant as well. And with that, the team didn't have the health to sustain at that. Oh, and Bobat almost wound up dropping there as well.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't fall into that mud.
But Wolf of Elo Street was playing in that position for so long that he actually wound up running out of mana, which is not something that we usually see. And in the back line, he gets picked off. Carino gets pushed out. Zindern getting basically no damage in that point. NQ dying very early as well. It was really just Scylla and Moex, the ones that kind of messed up in the FG, who were forced to escape early. They turn around, they try to find a kill, but they both wind up getting picked off. Deicide comes out for Spicy Waffles. They take both leads back. NFG, now is their time. They have to utilize this opportunity with FG to get into these towers and burn down as many structures as possible. This is not an all-in situation. This is not we must win the game right now. This is a war of attrition. They have the sustainability on their side. They need to use it.
Gonna try for the Gold Fury here. NQ in position to contest, but he's being called off by the team. They're going to give this one away, and that means that the Golden Experience leads are both going to increase, but here comes a counter initiation. In comes NQ. He looks for the Fearless, but they're trying to kill Wolfie, unable to find him. Bushy, once again, can he find the ultimate in this contest? As they try to surge forward, the Thor going to become crashing down, likely on a Zindern here. No, he just misses as Zindern leaps out. Rom takes this guy to try to secure this one as a stun comes out from Thor, and they're going to get it, and here comes the rest of the Spicy Waffles surging forward. The Fearless comes out, but it's likely not enough. I'm a Monster's there, doesn't find the kill. It does plenty of damage. Bushy gets a double kill, and somehow Wolf of Elo Street runs him down as well for kill of their own, but so far it's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the Spicy Waffles.
So far looking real good for Spicy Waffles. They're going to drop the Thor, who realistically isn't providing as much as a Thor usually would, and he gets 2 people for it, and he gets 2 very important people. Taking down NQ and Zindern, who both still had their ultimates in that engagement, is a huge win, especially considering that Carino does not have I'm a Monster. They don't really have a lot of great burst damage at this point without that. And I love the fact that they're taking the tier 1 and 2 and then backing off. They're going to go and take more towers, strip the jungle. They're not going to try to rush Phoenixes down in a situation where they might wind up losing the fight.
Yeah, well, we saw it last game, TheNightsWatch, you know, they threw a fight at the Titan.
Yeah.
It didn't lose them the game, but it definitely gave the Spicy Waffles another opportunity, and Spicy Waffles, they're not looking to give that opportunity to the TheNightsWatch this go round. Just a few tier 1s. In the tier 2 so far, looking for the second one as well. So
going back to builds here, we're going to see Cabrakan kind of go into that tanky build I talked about. We're going to see the Obsidian Shard come out, and then next up is going to be the Soul Reaver, and he actually just gets finished. He is going to hit someone for Seismic Crush for if he hits a tanky target, you're looking at 700 damage.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe even higher.
He's probably looking for the Scylla, honestly, though. If he could find her, that's his target.
That's the 60% of her health. Free. Next up, more than likely, either going to be Tankiness or Polynomicon. I don't really see there being a middle ground, and he does wind up taking Teleport instead of a more team fight-oriented build. Something like Creeping Curse or Shell was kind of expected, but the Shell does come out onto Guan Yu, which I love. Not a character that needs Blink. Missing active slot, though, coming out here from Wolf of Elo Street.
Yeah, still with an opportunity on this Athena. What's the ideal pickup? Maybe it's just a shell of their own at this point.
Yeah, they probably need the shell.
Yeah, I would say just a shell of their own. Just to counter the Guan Yu and deal some of the spread damage, especially out of the Agni.
Tier 2 going to be taken for free on the left side. Another 1,500 gold added to the coffers. Spicy Waffles right now leading by about 8,000 gold, which puts them in a pretty unique place, right? I mean, the place that they have not been before.
Yeah, definitely not so far in this contest have they had that advantage like this. But it's 9,000 experience, 8,500 gold in favor of the Spicy Waffles, 15 kills to 11. They're down 2 games in this best-of-5 contest. This is a must-win situation for them, and they're in the driver's seat. Can they seal the deal versus the TheNightsWatch? And, well, it shouldn't be too difficult for them, as they do have a pretty decent handle on the late game with that ROM, so there's not too much pressure to really get in there and make things happen too fast. Zindern just a little bit late on that leap. Fire Giant, 50 seconds away, not much that the TheNightsWatch can capitalize on the right side here.
Now, you mentioned Rom, and we should really talk about that dynamic here, is that for the first time, Bobat is significantly ahead of Moix, and Moix doesn't really have a character that's going to fare super strongly in the endgame. I mean, he's still a hunter, still puts out a lot of damage, but, I mean, you're talking about a steroid character versus a non-steroid character, one of whom has an ult that's going to take him out of the fight for 5 seconds and allow him to burn down some free damage. That's really what you're looking for at this stage, especially when you have a character that's so functional, all of his functionalities in the early game and the mid game, and he didn't provide it.
Here comes the initiation on the right side. NQ realizes he's bit off a little bit more than he really wants to chew here. Game Hunter continues to move forward. He's going to look at and fire that ultimate. He's going to keep NQ in.
And he gets
force out the ultimate, and he used the Soul Reaver as well onto NQ. So about half of his HP gone, forcing out that ultimate as well as the Fire Giant has just respawned.
And they're going to posture back towards it. Ninja Bobat going to have most of that damage as the 4 people here on the TheNightsWatch.
Oh, Thor's going to go up. They want to reinitiate here as Guan Yu turns the corner. Who is their target? This Thor ultimate may just be wasted, I think.
I don't see Bushy.
There's not much that they can really do. Yeah, Bushy coming crashing right back down. No Thor ultimate there, but the Fire Giant dropping quickly. Now under 65% HP as Game Hunter's looking for his target. They're going to try to keep the Athena out. Obviously, they popped the Magi's Blessings. They're going to use the Cavalry Charge as well. Fire Giant has not yet been reset. He's continuing to damage Wolfie here as he tries to make his way way, and Carino backpedaling with the I'm a Monster, going to try right at his feet, not going to get it. A 3-man stun out of that wall, and now the pillar block as well from Moex, accidentally keeping his team locked in there. A bit of a misplay now. NQ going to eat a bomb. NQ going to eat the damage from Bushi as well. And it's 2 players dead for the Night's Watch.
That was the Wolfie show. Not only did he put out an absurd amount of damage in that fight, but he baited out 2 ultimates, and then all of Moex's damage was sent directly into his Aegis. Absolutely beautiful. If we can just bring up the player damage charts, I have to assume that Agni is going to be right in the top there. Yeah, taking over what Ninja Bobat has worked so hard for. Zindern working his way in. He does not have a Hand of the Gods 3. He's just looking for kills here, but he's not going to find too much except for a full... Oh, wait.
Thor going up again.
Going back up.
No. Oh, he gets Moex. Oh, that's a kill. What a play. There you go. He finally hit a good one there. I mean, that's a great kill to pick up, too.
He died for it.
Yeah, it's fine that he dies for it, though. They keep Anhur off of the playing field now as they look to break the base. I mean, it's very important. It should allow them to have a pretty big advantage at these Phoenixes. Even though it is going to be a 4v4 once NQ comes back up in 5 seconds, they will not have Hunter damage.
Oh, 4-man taunt.
That's a good taunt.
No, I mean, it wasn't. He didn't gain anything off of it. In fact, only losing his Magi's? I don't think he was recognizing where the team was. Game Hunter, beautiful zoning right there as they're trying to break the base, and they do. The first Phoenix will fall.
Cavalry Charge is active in the back line. Only going to stun 1. I'm a Monster activated as well from Carino.
Oh, no.
And he's going to hit Game Hunter, but it's just not going to do very much. Zindern went down to the pound there. Ninja Bobat with a killing spree as well as NQ falls yet again. It's 5 more seconds for Moex, but the damage is done. Right side Phoenix down.
That was more than enough, and look at this. They still have 3 minutes left on FG. More than enough time to back by and try to break that mid lane as well.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have too much trouble, honestly, with it. And there's the Void Stone starting to come out from Cabrakan. At 2-1-12, Game Hunter's really showing off what this god can do. And you saw some of the synergy there that he just has in his own kit. The ability to lock off players and then ground pound and force that Intoxicate status onto them. They wobble around, and it has really, really good synergy with big burst mages like the Agni or even the Guan Yu, buying time for the Cavalry Charge to get in and find those follow-up stuns.
So Bushy with a misplay here as he builds into Spirit Robe.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I mean, he's already overcapping by 2% just with the Cloak of Concentration. Once it's completely built up, he will have overcapped by 10%. Which is really going to be a huge waste
of gold, yeah.
Waste of gold. I mean, Magi's Blessing was the call.
Yeah, why not Magi's here?
I'm not sure. Definitely a misplay. So they're going to look to go towards the left side. Now, mid was closer, obviously, but the left side going to be a little bit better in terms of control. Now, if they take the left side with the Fire Giant coming back up in about 2.5 minutes, this will give them a better opportunity to get the Fire Giant again. And I actually like this dynamic more than I like... Because people always say you get left and mid are the strongest. I think left and right and splitting the team that far is so much stronger than having people in the mid lane. Because mid and right, they're both pretty close to the Fire Giant, right? It's not too big of a difference.
Oh, looks like the fight's taking place at both Phoenixes here. Carino trying to hold off on the right side, but he eats a Soul Reaver proc from the Cabrakan. Continues to pound away at that tower. Moex looking for an opportunity to go in. He's going to pillar out. Phoenix on the left side getting quite low as well. It will fall. Mid lane Phoenix getting piled onto. It's going to fall as well. All 3 Phoenixes down for the Spicy Waffles. And the Night's Watch, they're on their last legs here, trying to hold them out. Bobat, he takes to the sky. He hasn't died just yet. He's going to fire away with those shots. Thor comes crashing in.
That's what I'm talking about. Taking yourself out of the fight for 5 seconds gave him more than enough time to reposition, and now they get to just rush back into the base. Still 5-on-5 here. They're looking to close this out first. Really, the first casualty of this fight is going to be Zindern. Game Hunter in there going to find another one with the help of Wolfie. They're going to take out a lot of the front line.
And now moving in. Oh,
whoa.
The F6 comes out from the Night's Watch. Going to give this one up. It was likely over anyway. The Spicy Waffles keep their SPL dreams alive, and they find a win in the first game on record with Cabrakan.
That's what we kind of expected to see in Game 2. That's the comeback that we were looking for. The Spicy Waffles have proven that they're a top team, and we hadn't seen it in the first 2 games. Finally, showing some signs of life, and as we get into the First Blood replay, we're going to show you exactly why this game turned out as well as it did for them.
Yeah, Cabrakan. Love Cabrakan. Love that god. Well, let's take a look at the First Blood. If you please. S'il vous plaît.
What does that mean?
Please. If you please, I believe in French.
So we're gonna ride along with Game Hunter. Watch Bushy in the backline as well. Remember, Warriors Madness entering 30 damage here. They get the double handoff. They take the buff, and then wow,
the uppercut. Whew. The computer uppercut takes him out.
that was enough to shut Zindern down, right?
Yeah.
Even with Bushy missing a myriad of ultimates. It came down to the fact that Zinder never really came online the way that he needed to as Bastet. And they were able to just shut him down as much as possible. Once Bastet lost all her damage, they didn't have that same level of frontline because they weren't pushing the mages out, right? Wolfie was able to do that damage. Bobat was able to do that damage, and it was enough.
Well, one thing that we didn't really consider on these Thor ultimates, potentially latency factoring in here.
That's true.
I mean, just because of how he was missing them, it's potentially a lag problem from Bushy. So, keep an eye out. We'll see if it looks like that's impacting his game in this next set, where, once again, Spicy Waffles, they're still in the chopping block, but they at least have a little bit of momentum going into this fourth game.
All right, so they're going to need 2 more wins to close it out. The men of the Night's Watch need 1 more. We'll be back with Game 4 in just a bit. Stick around.
Rama.